My name is Monica. I am from the US.
My name is Ivan. I'm from Ukraine.
My name is Barry. I'm from Guinea.
My name is Ulfa Khairina, but in Beijing, mostly my friend call me Olivia.
My name is Brahim. I'm from Egypt.
My name is Simon Matingwina. I'm from Zimbabwe.
My name is Jimmy. I'm from Zimbabwe.
Whenever I meet a Chinese people, they don't speak English, and even if they are students or university students, they are shy to speak in English. So I just ask them, "Do you speak English?" They say, "No, no, no."
So the first time when I go to the airport, when the driver came to pick us up, there was already communication barrier because he could not speak English, and it was very difficult. And then we got here to the reception of Gojao, and the receptionist cannot also communicate in English. So it's been very difficult even to speak with the eyes when something is broken in my room. Like I have to call them wherever they are and hold their hand literally and show them that Jegameyo, Jegameyo.
And wherever I go, or no matter in canteens or in Gochao, the first day when I reach Gochao, they asked me to fill a paper which was written in Chinese, and it was too much difficult for me to understand what they are trying to tell me. And I have tried to speak to them in Chinese, in English, but no one could have understand what I'm trying to say.
So it was very difficult to communicate, and I would go to the street and basically use sign language, point at something if you want it. But the people were very friendly. They would understand what you're trying to say.
When I first come to Beijing, it's a little bit hard because the Chinese can't speak English and they don't understand me what I want. And if you don't know the foods, you just see how it is writing and price, and you don't understand what is it, kan budon. And you buy like random something, and maybe it's good, maybe it's bad.
I have a lot of problem, especially when order the food and language barrier. No matter how good my Chinese, the people said when I was in Indonesia, but I faced many problem in China, especially in Beijing, because the pronunciation, the accent is totally different.
Language in China is really difficult. I think the Chinese language is one of the hardest language to learn. Although I have been in China for at least 4 years, I still cannot speak a lot of good Chinese, and I am ashamed of myself for not being able to speak that much for being here this long.
My personal experience has been more like a boxing match with China when I'm talking about the food and the language. So I guess the first round was the food. Like from the very first day, I went to go to the cafeteria and using chopsticks. I won that battle eventually, so I can now use chopsticks. But then the food in the cafeteria, I cannot get used to it. It's either it's too spicy or too oily.
And the second problem was in cafeteria, because in Guinea we don't use too much oil or too much salt or too much chili. But here, after I started eating in cafeteria, it was too much difficult for me, so I had a very big problem.
So there are naturally differences between my home food and Chinese food in the way that it is prepared and the way that it tastes. But when you look at it after some time, after experiencing the Chinese food and Chinese experience, you begin to like some dishes.
I came for my master degree in Communication University of China for 1 year, and at this time I don't have another way, just eat Chinese food. So at the beginning I didn't like, but as the Chinese say, 越来越习惯. That means as much as you like Chinese food, you get used to it.
I have a lot of problems with foods because I just know the name the foods is Jaga Nega. It's all the name foods. And when I don't want the spicy, they every time take me. This is every time I have the problem with my stomach.
I cannot eat all the food in China, not only because it's a have pork inside or it's not halal, but I think when I order something, I pronounce different. So they give me another food. So one day I go to cafeteria and then I order one fish. So I keep point the fish. I want this fish, and they don't understand. The Fu Yuan give me the umbrella. I thinking how I eat umbrella.
We are not your ordinary family, but we can all agree that we are close as close can be.
Too close.
We are